This could be embarrassing. I don't want to just put this game on.
I'm Richard.
I'm Doug.
And I'm Jason.
And we're the Card Game Guys, the internet's premier source for DC deck building and content. This episode, as you may have noticed, is called Don't Put This on YouTube, because that's what Jason asked us to do. But we're going to embarrass him anyway, so watch closely and learn what not to do.
And there goes Doug.
Bit of a jerk move there on me, because I could have got Hero of the Future there for 4, but I took the battering for 2. Just in case anyone only had 2 power.
And it turns out someone did. Now I'm making Doug shuffle by playing my Rorschach ability of discarding a card to play the top card of his deck. So that's a bonus power for me. Getting me up to a whopping 3.
A whole 3 power.
Makes a world of difference there when Doug takes the 2, because both of his opponents had 2 in their hands.
Well, that 2 was, 2 wasn't getting to you anyway.
And Cyborg draws a card off equipment.
Yes.
So that turn 1 play by Doug actually really crippled me.
Yeah, that's a big difference right there.
From nothing to a 2 power draw card, yeah. I'm a little surprised you didn't go Rageblood there instead of Hero of the Future, since Rageblood gives you the extra power and it's just a really good card.
I usually don't like playing that one.
It's okay, it worked out because I've got it now. Mwahaha, mwaha, mwaha.
Now, I'm a little curious as to if you're running a dead shot counter, or if you...
There's really no reason to, because you were pretty on top of it this game. This isn't like our Earth 2 Deadshot episode, which I do recommend that you all go watch. It's amusing to see how poorly I played.
I always hate to see Psycho Pirates go so early. I hate getting hit with that card.
Yep. I was going to say, I better get rid of T-Wing here, because I don't think I'm getting to 6.
Yeah, it's one of the uses of Sonic Siren, is to get rid of something that you don't want anybody else to get and you just can't afford. And there were a lot of good 6s out there. Would be a good turn to have 6, that's for sure.
Most certainly.
There's a big drop-off between everything else out there and settling for Crimson Whirlwind.
Yeah.
Let's see what I can hit this time. Another punch. Doug's okay with me discarding cards to play his cards off of his deck. It makes the top of his deck better.
Yep.
And for the second time in the game already, somebody has 4 power and buys a 2 cost. Oh, but I had a trick. I was Kid Flash, so I get to put another card out and hit another 2. Worked out exactly as planned.
That was a long shot there. But I suppose between... What was your first 2?
Two-Face.
Two-Face?
So yeah, the difference between Two-Face and a Black Lantern Aquaman, not a huge difference in terms of power overall.
Trenchcoat. It's always a really good card.
Yeah, especially if you've got the some of the tricks to really take advantage of it. We'll have to see how Insanity turns out. As Cyborg, he gets the advantage of it. It does have +1 power, which makes it a lot better, but it's also a very hit-or-miss card.
Yeah.
Ooh, and I hit a kick this time off the top of Jason's deck.
I've never had any luck with Insanity, ever.
It does tend to go pretty poorly. Although Psycho Pirate, on the other hand, making your opponents each discard 2 cards, it's pretty good for only 1 cost more than Bane. It's a little, it's riskier, but...
Well, too, knowing that Psycho Pirate is going to be out there, I'm thinking about picking up every defense I can.
Yeah. Plus, with the Psycho Pirate, I can make you guys have some 0-cost cards in your discard pile, so I can hit something with Rageblood. It's a nice trick there.
I think you picked up Hero of the Future, too, earlier, so you want...
Yeah, Jason has it, so yeah, that's going to be a good play for him.
Wow, that's an early Vandal Savage.
We'll have to see how that pans out.
Good old Deathstroke.
This is another one of those attacks that you really want to have a defense, because it's going to, a lot of times, hurt you. Because there can be some, very nice heroes, superpowers, and equipment that you can lose just because it's the only one, especially if you hit it this early like this.
Right. Well, I don't know. It almost seems like some of the lower cost supervillains have the nastiest attacks.
Oh, sure. Captain Cold, Black Manta,
I was thinking
Deathstroke.
Black Manta, yeah. Captain Cold's not nice either.
Bane beatdown.
Yeah, Bane's a solid card.
Did I miss my own discard here? Nope, there it is.
At this point of the game, I already feel like I'm starting to fall behind.
Oh, now there's a clever play. Sonic sirening away the Black Lantern Green Arrow to gain it with the signature trench coat. Yeah, signature trench coat gets a lot better if you've got a way to destroy cards out of the lineup to go ahead and gain.
It's a little early for Black Lantern Green Arrow to be devastating, though. Most of the time, it's just going to get rid of that starter for people.
Yeah, it's a bad card. You shouldn't have taken it.
I know.
I don't know what you were thinking. And of course, putting it right on top after the Bane triggered your dead shot.
Nice.
If you're worried about defenses, why not go for Blue Beetle?
No kidding.
I think that's my first good card that I got.
And there's that Two-Face that we talked about. Hey, and it paid off by giving me a vulnerability.
So you can discard it.
Yes, as I'm going to do right now. Does Doug have a starter in his hand, or does he lose his Black Lantern? Oh, that's in play anyway. It wouldn't get rid of that. It would just get rid of whatever
The next card down, yeah.
So it's not as fun as it could be, but still a hilarious play.
I'd have to buy it back again.
Yeah, hitting a good power here is big because there are some nice cards in that lineup. Hard to argue with Captain Atom. That's a very flexible card because it's very rare that you're not going to at least gain a card and get the 2 power anyway. Because even the humble Batarang that Doug just played is going to get you the 2 power that Captain Atom would.
And then, of course, you're getting the victory point associated
Yes, exactly. And there'll be other times where you get something really sweet. So I'll have to see how that pans out.
Almost thought Jason played a 5-punch hand there for a second.
Yeah, my hands are very vanilla.
Yeah, not quite as dynamic as Doug being able to set everything up with Deadshot and me playing out of your guys' decks with Rorschach.
Yeah,
it's a little more dynamic.
I'm really trying to figure out a way to get a little bit of progress here with my deck in the face of what you guys are putting together already.
And Jason's like, wait, I have a defense. I should play that. And why not give Richard a vulnerability? What could go wrong? Hey, I found a use for that vulnerability. And I turned it into Bane. That's way better than... Well, it's not way better, because now you're just discarding a punch instead of a kick. But it's still kind of fun to get that extra 2 power out of it, so I'll take it.
Yeah, you're up over...
Especially since it gives me Deathstroke.
That's back-to-back supervillains.
Yeah, Sinestro is kind of a weird one. Sometimes it can just be insanely brutal, and other times it's very tame, because, I have no heroes in my hand.
Well, I think it requires 2 things to be brutal, is kind of the problem there, because you need to have heroes in your hand for one, and then you have to have...
the rest of your hand not be bad.
Right. You have to have fewer good cards than you have heroes in your hand to have it be truly devastating.
Sure. Or if you're playing as Hawkman and you have a handful of heroes.
Right.
Is that Orange Lantern powering?
Yes. And now we see... Oh, there goes Bane to the Black Lantern Green Arrow. Even this early, because of the discarding, Jason didn't have the starter to get rid of.
You can see the disgust in my hand gestures.
He's like, yeah, I got rid of Bane. Whatever, all is pain.
Yeah, I can't let Jason have that. The equipment gaining a lantern ring.
Yeah, that's pretty strong to get a cyborg. And Jason finally triggers one of his cyborg abilities, getting up to 5 power. As terrible as those hands are, per Degaton will be helpful. No, I turned a punch into a vulnerability. And gave Doug his orange lantern ring on top.
Yeah, that's kind of a worst case scenario right there.
Pretty much.
Because...
The good news for Jason is that because Doug's so far ahead of him, I'm usually going to pick him with Rage Blood, but he doesn't have any starters in his discard pile, so I'm going to have to pick Doug this time to get to draw a card. Still some good options out there, tough choices.
So do you have okay, I thought you had a couple cards in your hand yet there for a second. I was like, are you going to get another supervillain?
I wish. Not quite getting the 3 in a row.
2 hourglasses out there.
Pass it to my discard pile, Doug.
Pass. I'll pass on passing, that is. Take the hourglass.
Yeah, that's a good time from your perspective for there to be the hourglasses in the lineup. Because you're like, I'm just going to get them both. Why not?
Well, the other one I have to get back around to me. But
yeah.
Which, since it's only 4 power, is unlikely at this point.
Sure. Oh, and Doug passes on discarding his whole deck.
Yeah.
You can already see his deck is trying to take off. Just those beginning...
there's a second Manhunter. Things are kind of coming together for him.
It's power short from getting both.
Whoa! Jason goes crazy, gets the 9, and is so disgusted with himself he doesn't realize that's enough for the supervillain.
I don't know. Wonder the Knight and Animal Man's not.
Oh no, wait,
horrible.
it's not. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sinestro's at 10.
Sinestro's
I was
10.
thinking of Deathstroke at 9.
Because
So he dugged it.
Yes.
I'm frequently disgusted that I come up 1 point short, actually, to buy the supervillain. That was one of those occasions.
Another punch for a vulnerability
Is that back
trade.
to back?
Yes. Ooh, hitting 2 punches out of Jason's hand again. And 2 punches from Doug. It's nice.
Well, looks like I'm forgetting a dead shot here. Which is unfortunate because I could put an hourglass back in my hand so I could, or on top.
Oh, there I buy the Atom to get something else into the lineup with as Kid Flash. And then do the same with the Aquaman's Trident. Yeah, so I turned the Atom into, looks like it might be 2 cards that I wanted. That's one of the reasons that I actually think Kid Flash is a good hero in the way that we do things, where it can be a supporting character as opposed to your only ability that you get.
It's rough as the only ability. Wow, I did get the hourglass. Or
Yeah.
the second hourglass.
I think I probably would have taken it if Jaime Reyes hadn't come up off that second Kid Flash trigger, but he did, so you managed to get your hourglass. You only ended up with 1 power, but that's after gaining 2 cards.
2 cards, yeah.
The skull.
I haven't had much luck ever with Skull at Batman.
Yeah, it's just a tiny little add-on. If you just look at it at paying 6 for 3 power.
Yeah, and that's what I'm looking at this point. I'm really struggling to get any type of powerful card.
Well, and for you, potentially, it's 3 power and draw a card.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's even better.
Yeah, plus 3 power draw a card is totally worth 6. So.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely running into some power cards early in this game.
Yeah, and we've got the power to buy them, too, which is kind of weird. It's a very uncharacteristic game.
Back to Mallet.
Oh, man. Now you ruined my Mira and Giganta that are coming up in the next hand, I'm sure.
That's a clutch buy.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, Green Arrow for free. Doug's definitely establishing himself as a power in this game. Sure, why not another Mallet, too?
Yeah,
Well, at worst, it's draw a card.
Your combo's coming together pretty well.
it looks like he's starting to run away with the game at this point.
Orange Lantern powering every turn, 4 turns in a row. It's a pretty good setup.
Depending what's over in that discard, though, I think I might have messed up here. I think I should have trench coated and picked up the T-Wing.
You mean the destroyed pile?
You can't. It's too expensive.
Oh, that's okay.
Yep.
Never mind. Forgot it was 5 or less.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing about Insanity, though, is that if you're already behind, like I suspect Jason is at this point, is it you've got a pretty good chance of hitting something better than whatever you're passing. Because I'm pretty sure he passed a vulnerability and got a punch.
Yeah, everything's pretty vanilla about my deck so far.
Lots of just gain X power.
Yeah.
The Atom is even better when you use it to turn it into a punch.
I really like Constantine.
Yeah, he's
Jason
good.
was just looking at him.
Oh, John Constantine. Yes, that is a very solid hero. Gives you a lot of options, and sometimes options are the best. Because the flexibility, being able to destroy a bad card, leave a card that you want on top, and you're still getting a card.
Yeah. At worst, he's Kid Flash.
Making a decision here. What am I deciding? Got rid of... What is that? A villain?
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah, there goes the signature trench coat.
See? It'd have been safer in my hand. Oh, maybe I think I can get that Mightiest Mortal.
It's a strong card. Hard to argue with 5 power.
I was wondering why I didn't siren it.
Boom, why not? 7 cards into the lineup.
Well, that's options.
Yeah, things can always get bonkers when that starts happening.
And suddenly not hitting World's Mightiest Mortal is not so bad.
I couldn't get there anyway.
Yeah.
Hey, I got the trench coat back. Or a trench coat back.
Yes.
What do you think the odds are?
And a John Constantine. Yeah. That's not a bad turn.
Yeah. What do you think the odds are I'm going to use that trench coat to buy or get my other trench coat back?
Animal Manning and hitting Blue Beetle for going to get extra 3 power is pretty good, although you're not going to get any defense out of it, but I'm sure that won't matter.
Right.
I'm not real worried about defense at this point. I want to generate big power.
And you did.
Yep. And in my opinion, the best 9-cost supervillain.
Yeah, that can be a really strong card. Yeah, it's hard to argue with that turn. It's pretty solid.
Oh, yeah. I'm not as big a fan as some people of that particular cycle, the Amanda Waller.
Sure. I'm a big fan because it's the flexibility. It's 2 power or destroy a card.
Right. But I might have gone Cinderblock there, just given the number of defenses he has in his deck.
Sure.
Putting, Blue Beetle on top just for the sake of doing it.
Yeah.
Would be kind of crazy.
I think what I was thinking there is trying to improve my card quality. I'm still getting a lot of starters at this point, and I don't have any destruction.
Oh, there's an Amanda Waller. Looking at my discard pile, doing some math, and I am going to opt to use that 2 power.
Speaking
because we haven't been handing out many weaknesses, so Avatar of the Rot is still a really good pickup at this point.
Speaking of card quality, it's about to go down.
I think, not in this particular game, but in general, one of the things that hinders Avatar of the Rot is you're dishing out 2 weaknesses, which is really good. But in a game where you have, say, 5 people, you're giving out 8 a turn. Well, you get to play it twice.
Yeah. That's where it kind of suffers. But here we've got a 3-player game where it's you're not gonna go through them very quickly because you're dealing out half as many of them.
I mean, on the low end, you get 5 plays out of them here, assuming that that's the only thing dishing out weaknesses.
And that Black Lantern Beetle is pretty sickening to see that go to Doug.
It's just a sickening card in general.
It's very frustrating. It's like, you better have 2 defenses or you're not getting much.
I mean, in my mind, Doug has won this game already.
I don't know. I think I'm the only one without a supervillain at this point.
You are.
I do have a Green Arrow, but...
Yeah, I have 4 of them and Jason has 1. Yes, I've forgotten that.
I had to draw before I could put something on top. Because order of operations. Yep.
That's not a bad play. Putting it on top, too.
Yep.
Gaining a parasite on top of it. I'll take that.
Hard to argue.
Yeah, I mean, the alternative, though, was I just play... Well, I wouldn't quite have made it in terms of the power. So, yeah, that was the right move.
Oh, no, a mallet. I almost wouldn't want to play mallet anyway, because I know I have a defense on top.
Sure.
You know, that's a good point. Going back to what you said about the supervillain count, I don't think I realized that you had 4, Richard, at this point. I was just too busy being disgusted by Duck's cards.
Yeah, Doug's in a good situation, but he doesn't have high power in the literal game terms sense in his deck. He's got a lot of, neat utility tricks. And neat tricks, so he's doing a lot, but he doesn't have the potential to just go off and get a supervillain consistently.
I'm consistently gaining 2 cards.
2 cards, 3 cards, 4 cards a turn.
Yeah.
And good cards, too.
Yeah.
Cosmic Staff just went.
It is a route to success, but it has its downsides.
It's really hard to win without grabbing at least a couple of the supervillains.
Yeah. I mean, if you could get like a second Green Arrow or something, that would be different, but...
Right. Yeah, you basically either need to go for the supervillains or go for those star VP cards.
I mean, you've got 1 power ring. You've got
but no other rings have come up.
Right. But you're positioning yourself.
Yep.
Yeah, if you can get into a position where you're buying a supervillain every turn, I mean, at that point, you pretty much got the game on lockdown.
So there, Jason's got the perfect defense against the Black Lantern Blue Beetle, the real Blue Beetle, and another defense to toss to stay in the game. Pandora's Box hits 5 this time.
Insanity being a good chump blocker there on the...
Yes.
Yep.
That's what it's best for.
A good use for Insanity. Oh, 5. I should grab that other ring, since we were just talking about that.
Yeah, I don't think there's a chance of you not having played with you before. But there is John Constantine. It's very tempting, but yeah.
Well, are there heroes in the discard pile at this point, or destroyed pile? I keep saying discard when I mean destroyed. I don't recall.
If there aren't, you can put them there.
True. Which means I should have Sonic Siren, that Mightiest Mortal.
Not an equipment for Jason. Yeah, if you'd have known the White Lantern ring was coming up, you'd have definitely done that.
I was thinking I was going to be able to get there, but I ended up 1 short, just like always.
Well, there's Jason's got enough to get a second supervillain.
And no Adam or anything else for him to grab, so.
Yep. Hector Hammond, the least defended against supervillain attack.
Would you like some free VP?
Except you're more likely to break even, or possibly even go down. Because yeah, if you hit Canary Cry, suddenly you're losing 1.
You're -1, yeah.
But yeah, with Lobo, I'm breaking even, and if I can get Lobo, I can destroy both of those weaknesses.
Right.
And then Jason just gets a free VP.
I might be the only person without any destroy effects, too, at this point.
That's not a bad move. Deathstroke to get Solomon Grundy, put him right on top, especially if you got a draw trick. Hope I do.
I think
I don't.
The only destroy I have is that Amanda Waller effect at this point.
Yeah. And more than half the time, you're probably going to go for 2 power with her.
Oh, I do have that Constantine. That'll get rid of weaknesses, hopefully.
Yeah. Speaking of destroying cards.
Yeah, but they're not my cards.
Yep, he gets to dead shot because Jason defended. With a card that requires you to discard it as opposed to Blue Beetle. Yeah, it's a good way to have an unfun game for your opponents is to keep hourglassing Black Lantern Green Arrow all game.
Yeah.
Oh, there's at least a Robin over there for you with your White Lantern ring. So
That's beneficial given that I have power rings.
yes. And hourglasses.
And hourglasses.
Extending your ability to recycle your Black Lantern Green Arrow is good. Hey, you signature trench coated for a signature trench coat.
Yep. I saw that coming from the time I picked up that second trench coat.
I would consider that to be your signature move, in fact. Third time Skull of Batman strikes out.
Yeah, but 3 power, draw a card. Hard to argue.
Yep. He gets another card then off the Wonder of the Night, plus another from the discard pile. Gives him some options. Oh, but he whiffs on the hero check from the Nth Metal Mace.
I think Jason's deck's pretty balanced, too. As far as card types.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's hitting its stride now, too, as far as power generation. It's not being flashy, but...
Yeah.
And for those keeping track, I think the supervillain count is now 034.
Yeah, that's my third one in a row, I think.
I must have miscounted because I think I've only got 3 because there's still 4 left, so...
Ah, okay.
So 3-3 to 0.
Ot 3-3.
Now we're dealing with Necron with its brutal attack if you've got a good hand.
That would explain why I didn't realize... Oh, yeah.
Well, now
There
it's
goes Sinestro.
Ot 3-2.
That shakes up the mix a little bit.
I lost something there, too. Obviously not as important as a supervillain, but it was important to me because I felt like I was pretty far behind. I don't remember what it was, though.
I think you just got rid of a punch.
No, I think it was a villain. It was something I needed. Or wanted, anyway.
Ooh, it's the return of the Black Lantern Blue Beetle.
Which is rough because we all know that I have Black Lantern and Green Arrow in my hand.
Yeah, clearing out the defenses for that's a big deal.
Trench coat 4.
Destroyed pile getting a lot of use.
Titan's Tower that you'd put in there with your Sonic Siren.
Yep.
Doug's game's kind of going the way he wants it to. There it is again, the Black Lantern Green Arrow.
Jason had the starter, though.
Yep. We both did, thankfully.
It's kind of a benefit to not having early hand destruction or card destroying effects where if someone gets a card like that, the Black Lantern Green Arrow, you got that built-in defense.
It's not as devastating.
I like how you say like that because that's the only one that you're trying to defend against.
Well, Shimmer. She gives you a weakness if you don't have a starter.
No, she gives you a weakness if you do have a starter.
Oh, yeah. Had it backwards.
Yeah. It's basically you're defending against Black Lantern Green Arrow. And that's a good thing to do because
Yes.
Black Lantern
Yes.
Green Arrow is brutal.
I don't have all the cards memorized like you do, Richard, so I make a comment like that. That's what I'm thinking.
Sure. Scream of Sticks as Cyborg is pretty strong play.
Yeah.
Plus 2 cards and the power. Would have been even more amazing if he'd have hit a hero off that metal mace.
Yeah, he hasn't had much luck with the mace.
Well, I mean, it's only the second time he's
Yeah,
played
I've only
it.
played it twice.
But he also has not had luck with Animal Man, which I believe is because, as you mentioned in the last turn, his deck is pretty balanced, which makes it really hard to pick what to call for with Animal Man.
Mm-hmm. You need to get those two like back to back so you can see what's there, or go for the hero and then see what's there for Animal Man if you don't get the hero.
Yeah, there are tricks to do. Yeah, the Captain Atom is even better for me as Kid Flash because it lets me gain something and then replace it, so I can try to increase my options a little bit. I don't lose out on having 5 cards in the lineup for gaining one with Captain Atom.
I just gained my first weakness.
Oh, that's right. You didn't get one off of Hammond.
Yeah. Doug's really pondering what he's going to discard.
I'm feeling pretty disheartened too because I feel like I'm getting hammered by the hand destruction all game, which puts me even farther behind.
Sure.
Surprised I didn't do that earlier. Just to get it out there.
Yeah, there are worse plays than that. Buying Firestorm Matrix and putting it right on top.
Yeah, there's a lot worse plays out there.
Now that's a smart move with the Hourglass, saving Giganta because he knows he's going to be shuffling his deck, so he shouldn't have a discard pile. So that gives him hopefully 4 power in his next turn.
Well, and even if there's some discard effects, I can just put whatever card I have to discard back on top with Deadshot. So I should be able to almost guarantee that she's going to be the extra power.
Has Doug got a supervillain yet?
No.
Nope.
You know, that's interesting watching the game now. It's like when you're in the game, you're seeing all these awesome effects going to him, but he's really falling behind on the supervillain count at this point.
Is there anything more disheartening than hitting the Atom with Firestorm Matrix? Now we're reaching the point of the game where Psycho Pirate is much less powerful.
Yeah. Not so many.
But you know what is powerful is 12 power.
Now we're back up to 3-3.
I love Necron so much.
It's such a good card. I played another game recently where I was Deathstroke and I got Necron, and it was amazing. Because you get +1 power for each card you destroy.
Right.
Draw 3 cards +3 power. Yeah, I'll play that every time. So good.
Must have another
Or at least
skull
3
in
times.
hand.
This is why I said almost guarantee, because I can't do anything about that weakness.
Yup.
That's a sad Hourglass.
Sure. I don't know why you picked the kick. I would have picked Giganta. Just on the off chance that you somehow managed to get rid of all of the cards with. I mean, it's almost certainly not going to matter. But almost certainly is not certainly.
I think it was for triggering the tower.
Doing Trigon tricks.
Oh, that could be. That makes sense then. Yeah, Trigon's pretty fun. You know what else is fun? Hitting a Clayface with it so you get to do it again.
Absolutely. I think I make a mistake some point in this game. That's the skull, right? Yeah.
Yep. Wow, that's another good pull off of Trigon.
Yeah?
Rage Blood's a good hit off of that too. especially since you've got that weakness now. Okay, we're going to back it up here.
Yes.
Because that truck is pretty loud. Rage Blood is one of those interesting cards. It's just a little bit complicated, so if you're not familiar with using it, takes a lot of thinking through to figure out what you're going to do.
I want to destroy 0-cost cards in my opponent's discard pile.
Right, that's kind of the trade-off.
And yes, you do.
Yeah, drawing that extra card can be a big swing.
Unless
when you've got an expensive supervillain like Dr. Light out there. Every little bit can make a difference.
I'm starting to wonder if I get shut out this game. As far as the supervillain count
Yeah,
goes.
Jason's pulling up 4-3 now. Oh, that one should be attainable for you, Doug. Cheshire's only 9. Sorry, 10. Wow, that's interesting. No 1, 2, or 3 cost cards in my hand.
And just as a reminder for the audience, we do play with the house rule that you have to buy the kick out of the lineup if you're going to buy a kick.
Yeah, you can't buy a kick from the kick stack when they're in the lineup because that would really be a jerk move. Don't do that. So yeah, Rage Blood plus House of Mystery is nice. Destroying a card that costs 0 in your discard pile. Drawing 2 cards.
And I'm getting hit with the weaknesses.
Yeah, it's looking like a good turn for me. I like it. Oh, sorry, Doug. I took the attainable villain for you.
Well, we don't know who's left.
I'm actually not sorry, but...
That's an attainable villain.
Captain Cold.
Lose your hero for the remainder of the game.
Yup. I mean, you shouldn't need it.
Well, it's not like mine gives me power anyway, but...
Well, at this point, too, I'm actually not too concerned about that because I haven't been able to really utilize Cyborg.
I don't know. This is the point in the game where you're consistently drawing at least one of the 2 types that you need, the superpowers and equipment.
And here's where I think...
I don't think I have a starter. Oh, look! Deathstroke!
Oh, this was the turn I think Yeah.
This is ugly. Gotta love those games where you lose 2 supervillains to attacks.
And I made a noise or something that I lost. What is that? Nightwing. And you were like, but I just lost the supervillain.
Wonder of the Night, yes. It's very tragic to lose Wonder of the Night compared to
I'm
Deathstroke.
not even going to get to 5 here. That's sad.
On the upside, you're going to have a defense in your hand, Doc.
Oh, maybe.
It would be 5 if there was a villain in the lineup, but there isn't. Oh, that's enough to get you to 6.
And that ring is worth as much as a supervillain anyway, so...
Well, on that point, there's a big point. That turn, there's a big point swing in the game.
Yeah.
Because Richard loses his second supervillain. Doug picks up the ring.
A 3rd ring, which is the point where it really starts to take off.
Because now any future rings become more valuable than most supervillains. Or possibly all.
Yeah.
And then I think I
the
went
next
for
one is 7,
Trigon.
which is...
Yeah.
There's only one that's that expensive, so yeah.
I should have grabbed Trigon. There he is.
So he's played 3 cards and he's at 0 power. But they were really set him up
there's the
well.
skull.
Oh, you have got to be kidding me. No, it's the Black Lantern ring that you just got off the top of the deck.
Oh, yes.
Which you're using to gain Sinestro.
Yep.
Because of course.
Yep.
Because why would
No, he doesn't go into your hand. It's not that good. Stop trying to cheat, Jason. And of course, he's got the Clayface to do it again.
Yeah.
And get Deathstroke.
Yeah, that was real clutch getting that ring off the Trigon and then having the Clayface.
He's mad he wouldn't get the 1 power when he plays Power of the Red, but he still gets to draw 3 cards, so... Or It's only
Is
3.
that what I was saying there?
Yeah, because
Yep.
you pointed at your superhero.
Oh, like the one time I was going to get to use it or something.
Well, you've been using it all.
I've used it a couple times.
Can't quite get to 9. Or at least.
And Doug has to hit himself with the Black Lantern green arrow. It's so apropos.
Not generating a lot of power, but generating a lot of victory points this turn.
And here's the important part. I got to choose the order in which I attacked myself.
Yes. Because otherwise you would have had to discard his defense before.
Because that would have been ugly.
I like how Jason
Getting
said he didn't
distant.
generate a lot of power right before buying the supervillain.
Yep.
That's-
It was only a 3 supervillain turn. Come on. Have we covered
When I
why?
looked at the counter, it said 6.
Yeah, and then you
Yep.
played a Scream of Sticks to
Yep.
get...
Something from my
Yeah,
discard.
which is
the
that's
batarang.
3 points there, and that's what you needed to get to 9.
So it was just coming in by the skin of my teeth there and generating that power.
Yes.
So I think it's important to point out why this video has this particular title. It's because Jason, about halfway through this game, declared we can't put this on YouTube because he's losing so poorly.
And he, as you can see, demolished us by 18 and 19 points.
Yeah, that was a huge turn with doing Trigon and getting that ring into the clay phase and to getting 2 supervillains. I mean, you know, the series of events that had to occur to get those villains into the destroyed pile, and then for me to get that ring, just bonkers. I usually do not have games anywhere near explosive like that. I'm usually the one that loses to those types of turns, but this time I was able to get one.
Yeah, well, let that be a lesson to you. Never give up. You never know what ridiculously unlikely combination is going to fall into your lap.
Yeah, it's an also thing to just keep playing because perceptions can be fooling you. Because at the beginning of this game, it looked like I was running away with it. That's not at all what happened. Because
Well, I beat 5 of the 10 supervillains, so I thought I was in pretty good shape. The card game, guys. Come play with us.